Hey, so long time no video. The last time I made a video was maybe about 6-7 months ago. It was last summer. I had just gotten back from Europe and my life was in a completely different place than it's in now. I was starting to see somebody and I was traveling and I was about to start college and like I was moving, I was changing jobs, like everything in my life was in flux, in transition, and I made that video in hopes of like starting to make videos again. And then after I had made it, I was like, oh my god, too much is happening. I need to focus on like making meaningful connections and talking to people and changing things. And so I just stopped YouTube again after one more video, didn't come back. Lately I've been thinking about YouTube again a lot. Not necessarily because I want to make it like something that I do regularly again, although it'd be nice if that is what I wanted. But at the point that I'm in my life right now, like, you know, I'm 20 years old, started this channel when I was 16, and when you're this age, or at least when you're me and you're this age, everything in your life is just constantly in motion. You're constantly talking to people, seeing people, making new friends, losing friends, starting and ending jobs. I'm personally transferring schools. I started at like a state university in Pennsylvania. I'm transferring next semester in the fall to a different school in a city in Philly. I'm just going through like a lot of changes right now that are making my head go a little bit crazy, but are ultimately going to be great because, you know, what would life be if you weren't constantly kept on your toes? And I have to always remind myself of that. Now, in saying that, I think one of the reasons that I've wanted to come back and do a little bit of YouTube again is because my mental health has been pretty rocky again, just as a result of like the nonstop change and the nonstop craziness of my life. And YouTube, when I felt like that, was always something that kept me grounded and constant. It was like, no matter how crazy things got, no matter how many friends I made or lost, or how many things were changing in my life, I always had this constant where I could talk out my feelings, talk to you guys, and feel like I had meaningful connections no matter what on this platform. And so sometimes I think when I feel like crazy like I do right now, this is just something that I want to go back to. And so here I am. Now, obviously I can't go through everything that has happened in my life and give you all of those stories, of which there are a lot, because they're just personal and they're meant for me and the people that I shared those memories and those experiences with. But like, just a play-by-play, got back from Europe, moved to school in August, couple relationships ended, came here, and my mindset was very much like, I want to make friends, I want to make meaningful connections, like I want to leave this past part of my life behind me because I invested so much of my self-worth and so much of me into all of these people at home and at my old job. And I was sick of feeling like all of my emotions and the way I felt at any given time was completely determined by the way that those people impacted me. You know, like when you give so much of your happiness to a certain place in your life or a specific period in your life, it's really hard to move past that feeling. It's like, if the people in this space, if the people in this job don't like me or don't think that I'm benefiting their lives, then I'm not a beneficial person to anybody. It's like rooting your self-value in what other people think of you, which is never healthy, but inevitable because we're all humans. Anyways, my mindset when I left that job and when I left that period of my life was like, just leave it in the past, cut ties, and just start fresh, because you're never going to get past it if you hold on to all of these things. So I came to college, immediately started like putting myself in different positions, trying to go to different like clubs at school. I started a new job, met all of those people, immediately had like so many experiences and made friends through that. Was like hanging out with a bunch of new people, and it was like every hour of my day was filled. And that was amazing because I was coming out of a period of my life, like from 6 months prior to starting school, where I had been so heartbroken and depressed and sad and so isolated and lonely, which is what I do when I'm really depressed. And so I really just wanted to fucking like, you know, do the opposite. Fill my schedule, be busy, do crazy things, say yes to every opportunity, like just go into every experience and believing that that experience could teach me something I hadn't known previously about myself. So it was a super exciting period in my life, but you know, at the same time as all of that being exciting, you know, going to gay clubs, coming out, going to marches and protests, meeting new people off the internet and at school, changing jobs, like all of these things, as exciting as they were, I was keeping myself so busy for so long to the point where any time that I could have to like reflect, write, take care of myself, be alone in like a healthy way, I didn't have any time to do those things, and eventually it just really, really began to wear on me. To the point where, like, as amazing as last semester was, and as many amazing experiences and different experiences than I had ever been used to since I took a gap year and didn't go to college right away, as amazing and you know, beneficial as those experiences were to my life, when I got done with last semester and got home, it was like I was hit with this crushing realization that keeping yourself busy for the sake of being busy is not fulfilling. It feels fulfilling in the moment because you have no time to think about what you actually want, but like genuinely, objectively, those are not fulfilling ways to spend your time, at least for me. So a lot of my winter break was, you know, again, still back-to-back busy because that's how I had planned it. So that when even though I had realized this when I got back to spring semester, which is the semester I'm in now, and I've been in this semester for 2.5 weeks, when I got back to school, again, it was just this like incredibly difficult, oh my God, I'm so busy all the time and sad, and I'm not coping with the fact that I'm sad. And the fact that I'm using busyness as a coping mechanism, as a form of escapism from my thoughts and feelings and all of like the emotional trauma that I experienced last summer, and just how crazy my life was throughout the entirety of 2017. So anyways, I don't know why I'm sharing all these things. I think just because it feels nice to say things out loud and life updates feel good. But the point is that I still would love to do things on YouTube. I have a couple like exciting things coming up that I've wanted to do for years. In a couple of months, when I'm done with this semester of college, my best friend and I are going on a road trip across the United States, and I don't know whether I'm gonna be like doing woofing and staying out on the West Coast like longer, or going up to Canada or visiting friends. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. And then over spring break next month, I might be going like back to Europe for a week. I don't really know what's happening. A lot of things are in flux. But the point is, I would love to document things and life again. And there have been things that I've wanted to document in the past few months that I just don't, because I feel like I've been off of YouTube for so long, that like, who would care? But then at this point, I'm like, you know what? I love having the YouTube videos that I have right now to look back on, because to you as a viewer, you watch them maybe when it's posted or maybe still today, and you can think to yourself, oh wow, I like what she says, or I don't like what she says, or this is an interesting video. But for me, it's like I can watch videos and past what I'm saying, I can remember like all of the reasons I made that video, the people that influenced it, in the background, the ways that I was feeling, the things that I was going through. And it's an incredible form of just like, I don't know, like a time capsule. It's an incredible way to look back on some of the most life-changing years of my life so far. So, in saying that, this is me just trying to like rip the band-aid off and go back to some YouTube-y type things and kind of just let you know where I'm at in life. So where I'm at in life right now is just trying to spend time with myself again and get to know myself again, because I've almost just like invented this like larger than life, I'm super compassionate and I'll be your therapist and I'll be your best friend and XYZ. I've like created this personality that, yes, aspects of me are this person, but a lot of aspects of me aren't this person. And right now I'm very much in like this exploratory phase of my life of trying to figure out what's actually me and what's actually not. And it's been weird, and I've been spending a lot of time alone, sometimes healthy, sometimes unhealthy, and I miss having a way to talk through those feelings. So here's to hoping that this can become a regular thing again. If anybody is still watching this channel, I would just love to talk more about feelings and emotions, because I think that's not a huge thing on YouTube anymore, and I would like to provide that if you're interested. So yeah, Band-Aid has been ripped. Hopefully I can do more stuff. I would love to do some like spoken poetry and pieces of writing on YouTube, some like filmy type things again, and just have it as a creative space. So if you still exist here, this is great. I think what I'm gonna do for my next video, just to hold myself accountable, if you guys have any questions about like queer LGBTQ things, I think that'd be a good way for me to like reinitiate getting onto YouTube. So if you have any questions about like my coming out story or relationships or how to come out, just any gay, queer, whatever things, I'm open to all aspects of it, whether you're gay or bi, identify as queer, asexual, pansexual, like anything. I would love to talk about it because I've probably thought that I was that, and I've probably met somebody who is. So yeah, I've said so yeah 1,000 times in this. Thank you for watching. If you're still watching, okay, my camera died, but point being, if you want to contribute a question or something for that next video, leave it in the comments down below. Let me know how you're doing. I miss all of you guys. And yeah, I will see you hopefully in a video soon. Bye.